Okay, when I use this parameter -d skip test, it is going to compile both test case files and also original files, both Java files it is going to compile. After compilation, it will not execute the test cases. If there are any test cases, it will skip those. It will skip those. But I don't want that. When I don't want to execute the test cases, when I don't want to execute the test cases present inside this, why should I compile them? Unnecessarily compilation, right? So I want to skip the compilation of test cases also. I want to compile only this. I don't want to run the test cases. So why should I compile? Let me compile only main files and run those and skip the test cases. So in that case, you can use this -d maven skip.test equal to true. Now see this. Instead of this, I'll use this parameter. Okay, -d maven dot test dot skip equal to true. Now you observe here, it will not even compile the test cases. Last time we got an error, right? When I use -d skip test, right? See here, it is not compiling test resources, not compiling test sources. Tests are skipped, means it is not even compiling. It is not even compiling the test cases present, the Java files present here, and it is skipping them in the execution. Understood? So in the interview, if they ask you, right, can I skip any goal? Can any life cycle phase in the goal, right? Yes, I can skip. What is that? Only this is this test. How to skip is, there are two ways. You tell, if you don't want to take risk, if you can't remember, you remember only this one. Okay, this is what we use. You remember only this one. But if you can remember, you tell them there are two ways. Along with the goal, we have to pass one parameter -d skip test, or else we can pass -d maven dot test dot skip equal to true. Then they'll ask, what is the difference? Yeah, if I use skip test, it will compile the test cases. It will compile the test cases, but it will not execute them. But if I use this -d maven dot test dot skip equal to true, it will not even compile the test cases and ignore them, and it will skip them in the execution. Understood, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is about this life cycle phases. Now, based on your requirement, what goal you have to pass, right? I just want to generate the artifact and I want to keep it in target tree. Use MVN clean package. I want to take a backup also. Yeah, you use MVN clean install. I want to deal with remote repositories. Use MVN clean deploy. I don't want to delete the target directory every time. Let me put all the backups in the target itself. Just use MVN clean package. Yes or no? You understood how to use now? Based on your requirement. See, I'll tell the subject in real-time scenario what to use. Based on your requirement, you have to think of which suits my requirement. That is up to your intelligence. Understood, guys? That depends on your thinking knowledge. Yes or no? Understood? Whatever I explained so far on Maven. Okay, fine. Next, there is something called Maven profiling. Maven profiling. Two concepts are there. Let me explain those. What is that? I'm feeling hungry today. Okay. So I'll talk about Maven profiling. What is Maven profiling? This yesterday I explained. Yesterday I explained this. What is this is, I have a jar file. Sorry, let me explain like this. Yesterday I explained, do you remember? I uploaded that video also. Yesterday what I explained is, I have a project that is connecting with the database, but for each environment I am using separate database. So without disturbing the code, I want to connect to the different databases. For example, if I have code in the development branch, when I deploy it in the dev server, automatically it has to connect to the dev database with a dev database set of credentials. When I merge the code with QA database, a QA branch, when I deploy in the QA server, automatically it has to pick different set of DB details and connect with the DVD different means the QA database. So do you remember this, what I explained yesterday?
Yes, sir.
I explained with clear pictures, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if not, watch that video once again. Okay, if you have any question. Now, how we are maintaining the data to pick separately? What file we are going to use?
Dot properties.
Property file.
Based on the environment, if each environment has different properties, if each environment has different set of details, picking those different set of files based on the environments, that we can achieve using Maven profiling concept, right? For each environment, for dev environment, I want to pick a separate property file, application.properties or abc.properties file. When I move to QA, I want to pick different application.property file. So how to do that is using Maven profiling concept. So how to do for that is under SRC main, I have a resources file. So what should be, if you see any folder in a Maven project, if you see any folder called with the name resources, what that folder contains? What we place inside that resources folder. Yesterday I said, today I said. At least tell me under Java folder, what will be there under Java? What will be there? Guys, I am audible at least.
A com and then name of the project.
Sorry. What will be there under Java?
A com.
No, what is that? That is different. That is a package that developers will tell. But what will be there under Java? Java files. Java files. Yes or no? Yes or
Yes.
no? Yes. Under that, we may have subfolders, like we call that as packages. But finally, it will have Java files. Under resources, what we will place? Dot property files, guys. Properties files. Did I say this or not?
Yes, sir.
Property files. If there is something called as web apps, what we place under web apps?
Web files.
Hmm?
Web files.
Web files,
Okay,
that
so-
static files like CSS, Java, HTML files and all. Yes, correct. Now here, under this resources, what we have to do to achieve this Maven profiling concept, what we have to do is under SRC main, right? Under SRC main resources, we have to create a folders like this. We have to create folders like this: dev, production, staging, QA, right? This is for production. This is for QA. This is for pre-prod. Staging is also, pre-prod is also called as staging, right? QA, something called as QA or CDT. Both are same. QA or CDT, same. Pre-production, staging, SIT environment, all are same. So what I'll do here is, let me show you once again. Okay. See, under resources, I created a folder for each environment. This no need to be same as your branch name. No rule at all. This is nowhere related to your branching Git, right? So branching names and Git. This is separate. Just I'm naming it like this: dev environment. This is production environment. You can give prod also. Up to you. Folder for your identification, you have to name like this. So separate folder for each environment, right? Under dev, I created one application.properties. Under production, I created one application.properties. Under QA, I have one application.properties. Under staging, I have same application.properties. Property name is same. Application.properties, that file name is same. In the Java code, developers will write I also read the DB details from application.properties, and the DB name is under application.properties. There is a key called as DB name. This is my DB name. Under application.properties, there is one username. This is my DB username. This is my password. This is DB name, DB username, password. Like that, they'll read the keys. They'll read the keys. Now see here, under div, I have an application.properties. Key is same, DB name, username, password, but values are different. Div DB, div username, div password. So same like that, I have under production, I have an application.properties. File name is same, DB name, username, password. Keys are same. See the values. Earlier it was div DB, right? Now it is prod DB, prod username, prod password. Now I'll go here, QA. Same application.properties. Same application.properties. DB name, username, password. Keys are same. QA DB, QA username, QA password. Values are different. Now if I go to this staging, here also same application.properties, DB name. These are staging, DB stage. So the values are different. So what I did, I created folders for each environment. I created a folder. Inside that, I placed a property file. Inside that, I placed a property file with the same name. In this property file, all the folders, I have same property file name. In the property file, I use the same keys with different values. Now what I'll do is, I'll go to my project pom.xml. So here only I created under main resources, I created that folders right here. So in the same project, in the pom.xml, I'll go and use one concept called as profiles, and use one element called as profiles. So what here I'll do is, I'll declare one default one. I'll declare this default. What is this? I'll tell you. I'll talk about this. Here, I'll declare one profile, for example, like this. For each folder, I'll create a profile. See this profile. I'm giving it one ID. I'm giving one unique ID. I'm writing properties environment equal to div. So this name should be equal to this folder name. This name, right? This ID can be anything. You can give ABC 1 2 3 also, but always for better practice, we give this and this as same. So these two, ID and property name, we give it. So what will happen is, this name should be equal to this, right? Next, I'll create one more profile. I'll give some ID for this. And property environment, I'll give this as this name, staging. Now profiling production, I'll give one more ID as production, and I'll give this as a name, QA, production. I'll give one more element. I'll create one more element right here. I'll give it as ID, can be anything. I'm giving QA, right? I have one more environment, right? So this, I'll give this QA folder, right? Here I'll give this QA. So here, this should be equal to folder name. This should be equal to your under a property you are saying, right? So this env value should be same as this folder name. This ID can be anything, but just not to have confusion, we'll keep these two as same. Now, so for each folder of that, I am creating a profile element. Under that profile element, I'm giving one ID for that, and I'm giving the folder name there. Understood, guys? What I did so far? Under resources, I created a folder for each environment. Into that folder, I placed the property file. Under the property file, I kept same names. Keys are same, but values are different. Then I went to my pom.xml. Under that, under profiles, I created a profile for each environment. For each environment, I gave one ID, and the folder name I gave it here. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
So now what I'll do is, I'll go to my pom.xml. I'll want to do this. Here. Right here, MVN clean package, I'll give it, but my project needs one property file. That property file has to be picked from which environment? Either dev or QA, this I am generating an artifact for a dev environment. I'm generating an artifact for a dev environment. Then what you can do is here, where is it? Here, -p, -p means profiling. Which environment you want to generate? Dev environment. You give the ID of that environment. Dev. So when I execute this, this is ID of the dev environment, right? So when I type this profiling -dev, it will go here. It will identify the ID. For this ID, what is the property we are using? Dev. So from that dev folder, from that dev folder, it will pick the property file and ignore this. It will pick the property file from dev environment. So now let me show you this. So I'm generating this. This project, we haven't executed this goal, right? So Maven profiling we are touching now. So whatever the dependencies I have mentioned, that is done. So now it is done. It is done. Now I'll go to target directory. Target. Let me extract this. Open RK. See this. Classes. So application.properties is there, right? So which details it has picked? DevDB details. Yes or no? DevDB. So these are the details present in the under dev. There is one application.properties. So DevDB, dev username, dev password. These are from there only, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll close this. See, I'm closing this. If you use this, if I run a goal, see, I'm opening this var file. I opened this var file. Now, if I write the goal, if I run something, it will throw error because it will tell you are using that var file. It is in use. It is saying failed to clean the project, delete something. It is saying it is using because I opened that var file. It has to delete the target directory, but in target directory, I'm using that var file. So I close it. Now I'll use it instead of -dev. I'll use QA. Done. See when I use the test cases, right? Total test cases ran is 1. In that 0 is failure, 0 errors. So I have one test case present inside this project. I have one test case. SRC test here. I have one test case in that is success. So I have one test case here written like this. For one of the original function, I have written a test case like this. So it is saying I have executed one test case in that 0 or failure. If I use -d maven.skip.text equal to true, it will ignore that. Okay, fine. Now I generated the artifact using -p QA, right? Now let me go to the artifact. It has generated the latest artifact in the target. Now if we go inside this, what should it show here in the application.properties? See, it is showing QADB, QA username. So now as the developers are reading these values from this property file keys, so whether we deploy in a QA environment or production environment, we no need to change the Java code. We just in dev environment, while generating the artifact for the dev environment, I'll use -p dev. For QA, -p QA. For production, -p production. Automatically, it will pick the details from there. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is not enough. Declaring this in the pom.xml is just not enough. Okay. So where is the pom.xml? This is the one. No, not this one. Okay, just a second. Sorry. Okay. What I was discussing pom.xml, right? Okay, here, if you give these details, profiles, this is not enough. This profile, this is not enough. Just a second, guys. I'll stop my screen share. 1 second. One second, where is this screen share now? Okay, say this. So this is not enough. Where we stop here, right? This profiling, declaring these things is not enough. Why? Because this Maven profiling will not work only with properties. You can use XML files, .png image also you can use, .xml files, and right? You can use for any files. It doesn't mean that you have to use profiling only for property files. You can use for anything. But here, if you go to resources, you can see there are files here. There are files here, right? There are files here. But when I show it in the targets, let me show once again. See here, when I go here, is it showing only application.properties? No, along with that, other property files also came, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But where those files are is here. This. See here also application.properties I have. See this, it is saying devdb something it is showing, right? So what we did is the common files, irrespective of the environment, we can keep directly under resources. Means I don't have any rule. Means these two commons.properties, log4j.properties, these two files I want for all the environments, whether dev, QA, prod, production, these two files are common. But only application.properties is specific to each environment. So that is the reason I place this inside this, and I'm using Maven profiling concept. But for these two, as these are common files for all the environments, I'm keeping it here itself. So it is directly picking. So how to tell your Maven that you pick application.properties, which is specific to environment, but you pick these two commonly, is you have to write filters again in the application, that form.xml. You have to write filters here. So like this, under build filters, you're writing which file you have to apply the filters. src main resources, under resources env. This env is nothing but this one, $env. So how this value will come? When you type mvn clean package -p id, you will give, right? ID will give. So as per this ID, for this ID, what is the environment? This one. So you are reading the environment directly. So you are applying filters for this application.properties in this src main resources. See here, src main resources, under that either dev or QA, whatever you pass, under that folder, whatever the file, right? Application.properties. For that, you are going to apply filters. Under that, right, which we want to include. So under this, which file you want to include? This file only. Whenever that -p environment is filed, this I want to include, exclude, right? Which is there here. So whenever this file is picked, whenever an application property file from this environment, whatever the resource is picked, the common one is there, right? This has to be excluded. When I pick application.properties from this staging or dev or QA production folders, I want to skip this. This should not be picked. That is the reason I'm writing. Include. I want to apply a filter on this file. I want to apply a filter on this file. But at the same time, whenever we filter that, whenever we pick that property file, right? Include, whenever you include this file from this specific environmental folder, if we apply filter and pick this, in such cases, you exclude which is there here itself. So whenever pick the application.property file from here, from any one of these folder, then you don't pick this. This is common one, right? You ignore that, right? Like that. And these are common. So we are applying filter only this application.properties files. We are not applying filter for these two. So as I'm applying the filter on this file, right? When I include this application.property file from this folder, then I should not pick this. Now you may forget. Where is this? One second. Let me open Git bash. MVN clean package. You will not give profiling. You have a profiling concept for this project. but you are not using profiling. You forgot to pass the -p maven, or else you didn't pass this -p that dev or QA, you haven't passed that. Then what will happen? See, inside your targets, if I extract this, you'll get the default one. This one, right? You'll get the default, the first one. If you will get, where is that form.xml? Here, whatever the one you have written here, the dev, right? This is going to get. I don't want that. I don't want to get. I want the default details, means whatever are there under resources, right? Directly I want to get, right? You can use -p local. Local, you pass it. Right? -p local. Now let me extract this. What it does? Oh, it also picking. So the default one, it is not picking. Okay, by default it is taking. Okay, 1 second. What I wrote here. Okay, default local. Okay, so I think it is defining like the first one has to be taken as the default one. If you don't pass any goal, or else if you don't pass any profiling, or else pass the profiling as local also, it is going to pick this, the default first one. Understood, guys?
Sir, check in resource folder what contains properties.properties file. What is there inside?
Which file?
Resources file, sir.
Resources is a folder. Here, what you are asking? This one.
Application.properties.
Yeah, same. You can keep any property values. I kept this here. DevDB username. These values I kept. Here. Okay. So you understood, guys, how to use a profiling concept. So it is very much important you remember this. So profiling, Maven profiling, what we do, we under resources. See, resources no need to be used only for main. You can use for test cases also. If my test cases also needs property files, you can use this also here also. Here also you can create a resources folder, put those and apply filters. It's the same filters you will apply here also. Okay. So now you remember for Maven profiling, when we want to pick the files, not only property files. I want to use a filter for .png file. Now you can use it filter for here. Here you have written that application.properties file, right? You can rewrite abc.png file. You can use apply filter for that also. You can apply for filter any format of files. Okay. Okay. Now you remember why we use profiling. Based on environment, if you want to pick some files which are specific to that environment, without changing the code, then we go for Maven profiling concept. So how to apply this? Under resources folder, we'll create a folder. Under resources folder, we create a folder for each environment. Place same file everywhere with same keys. Means under 3-4 folders, whatever we have, right? Same file name, you place it. That files will have same keys, but different values. And in the pom.xml, we'll go and use a profiles element. Inside that profiles, we'll write profile for each environment. We'll give an ID and environment. And this environment should be equal to this environment value should be equal to the folder name. And while running the goal, we have to use -p profiling, and this ID, if you pass for this specific ID, what is the environment folder we have given? From that folder, it is going to pick that property file or any file. But how to apply? Which files are common? Which has to be picked only from that folder size? By using filters. By using filters concept, we have to implement it. Understood, guys? So you clone this. It is also there in the Maven. That KSE Maven web project. Yesterday I gave, right? If you go to that organization there itself, you can see this folder also. This repository also. You fork it and practice it. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So what will be the use of regardless of all environments, we kept one .properties file outside, right, sir?
Yes.
What will be the?
It was throwing error. I'll check that. If you don't give that, if you want irrespective, means if you don't want to specify any environment, you want a default one, you can pick this. But that is failing. I'll check this and I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay.
If you don't give any profiling or something, if you want to pick the default one, you can give it. I'll tell you that. Okay, I think you can. Okay, I'll check that. I have one question here. I'll check that and I'll tell you. No, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So is it clear, guys? Maven profiling concept. It's too much important for real time and for interviews also. See, to check whether you really worked on Maven or not, they'll ask this question: profiling. So if you tell that, okay, you are aware. Okay, like that. So the difference between clean package install, package deploy, install deploy, that is one important question, right? And this is Maven profiling is one important question. Okay, can you remember this? Yes, not only interview, right? If I tell it as interview, you'll remember. So that's why I'm telling like interview, important interview question, but it is important for real time also. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Clear?
Sir, one question.
Yes.
That excluding and including files, application dot properties.
Okay.
Okay. The extension should be dot properties or it can dot property.
I said no. It should be dot properties only always.
Okay. Okay.
So okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It is always dot properties. You can use any means. If there is a file called XML file, for that also you can apply profiling and filters. But for regarding dot properties, it should be always dot properties only, not property. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next, one more important concept. Before that, let me ask a question. If I have a dependency in my pom.xml, I have defined a JUnit dependency with some specific version. So when I run the goal, that dependency will be automatically downloaded, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 From where it will download the dependency?
Central repository.
Maven central repository. Okay. So in the dependency, whatever we are defining, right? In the pom.xml, if we define the dependencies, right? Those dependencies are only jars or we can give. So as I said, right? These dependencies, someone converted that project into a jar file and kept it in Maven central repository. From there, we are downloading. This dependency can be a var file or ER file. Can it be? Is there a chance?
Yes, sir.
No.
It's available in
No,
central
no.
repository.
No. In Maven central repository, always it will be jar file only. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. These dependencies are jar files only. No var or ER. Okay. So if this is a jar file, means someone converted their project into a jar file and kept it in Maven central repository. That we are downloading. Yes or no? Like how we are converting our project into var file or jar file. Someone else also converted their project into a jar file and kept it in central repository. Now our project is depending on that project jar file. So we are using that as a dependency for our project. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now can I tell my project is depending on some other project? Can I tell?
Yes.
Yes, because that project they converted as jar. So finally the jar is also a project jar. Now my project is depending on that project. Okay, fine. So in one case, what I thought is, I want to use a dependency which is there in the Maven central repository I'm using. Okay, fine. I met with a colleague. I met with one of my colleagues. He said he is developing one application. He has that functionality, that payment. We do Flipkart. For example, I am developing a Flipkart kind of application. What he said is, yeah, I also developed something similar like that kind of application. I also implemented one more functionality which will take care of the payments. Payment. Last final we will do the payments, right? Like that he generated one application for the payments. Now I asked him, hey dude, I did the coding, everything. I developed my application which will do everything. Only that coding part I have, that payment part I have to implement. Instead of rewriting that code, can you convert your project into, I don't want your source code. I don't want your source code. Just to convert your project into a jar file and give it to me. I'll use this using that jar file API. You don't know about that API, right? Developers will understand. So that dependency jar I'll use in my project. This JUnit has some API. We are using that. Like that guy also will convert that project into jar file and give it. So I'll use that jar file to do the payments in my application. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is the scenario. In this scenario, his project, he's my colleague. He converted his project into jar file and gave it to me. I can't upload it into Maven central repository. I want to use the jar as a dependency in my project. But if I use it as a dependency, it will always download from central repository, right? But we cannot upload jar files into central repository. Only Maven guys will upload there. But I want to use that dependency. I want to use that external, the custom jar provided by my friend as in dependency here. One option is using remote repository, but we don't know what is remote repository, leave it. But there is some other way. What is that is, when I download a dependency, right? When I keep a dependency in my pom.xml, my Maven is going to download the dependency to my Maven local repository and then use into my project. Yes or no? When I declare a dependency,
Yes.
Maven is going to download from central repository, keep a copy in the Maven local repository, and then use it for the project. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If the dependency is there in the local repository, will it go to central repository to download?
No.
No. Now, whatever the custom jar my friend is providing, right?
We have
Can
to
I
copy that.
manually place it in the local repository and declare a dependency here? So as I'm declaring the dependency here, first it will go and check in the local repository. It is there. It is there in the local repository. So will it go and check in the central repository?
No.
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 As I'm declaring the dependency here and it is present in the local repository, it will use it from there only. So the custom jar, can I use like this? Jars,
Yes.
the custom jars, which are not the custom dependencies, which are not present in the Maven central repository, can I use like this? Can I place them in the local repository? Can I use them in the place them in the local repository and declare a dependency in my pom.xml? So as I declared here in the pom.xml, the dependency, my Maven will try to look in the local repository. From there it will pick. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. But if someone else comes and changes the custom path, then it will be trouble.
Yeah, yes. Again, you have to go and put it in the custom path.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, one question. Okay. I hope you understood now. Now, one question is, I'm using that path, either custom path or somewhere, right? For example, I am using custom path only. Okay, fine. I'll go here and how to place the jar file here? How to place the jar file here? I don't know. Right? See this JUnit jar. It is downloaded. There is a folder called a JUnit. Under that, again JUnit. Under that, there are different versions. For example, 4.13, it has like this JUnit. But how can I place like this? Is you no need to worry. What you can do is, what you can do with that install this is, for example, my friend has given me a jar file. When he is one more thing. Okay, guys, pause it this. I'll tell one more concept here. I forgot to tell you that is for my project. Okay, sorry. I thought of saying this and I forgot this, my mistake. I'll continue this. Before that, I want to tell you one small concept, just it will take 1 minute only. So the meeting may end, you come back, I'll continue that. So for example, see this Maven profiling project, right? If I generate here, Maven MVN clean package or whatever it is, if I generate this, right? MVN clean package, let me quickly do this. This is my pom.xml, right? Pom.xml. Now, if I go to my target directory, what is the name of that here? Test.1.var. Okay, for me, let me show for some other project. This one. Quickly, let me show it for this. MVN clean. Okay, it has generated, right? If you go to target, see the name here, Maven web project